One of the issues that stakeholders often have is that they are used to thinking about an emotion or a cognition or some personality characteristic, but they can't really think of that necessarily as a behavior. So one of the tricks that I use to get them to figure out what the behaviors are out of that is actually to use real exemplars. So for example, if I'm working on something and somebody says, well, I want somebody to be more inclusive, I'll ask them to think about, all right, just close your eyes and think about the most inclusive person that you know, and then describe them to me. I also will usually prompt them to do the opposite. So I'll say, okay, think about the least inclusive person you know. Tell me about their behaviors. And then I'll start feeding back behaviors that they say. So if they say, all right, I'm thinking my friend Sam, he is just so warm and kind and loving to absolutely everyone. He also specifically sort of lifts people up in the moment in meetings. He puts people who aren't being heard forward so that they do get heard. All right, there's a bunch of things in there, right, that I can zone in on. I could say, okay, well, you said he's a warm person. Give me an example of him being warm. Tell me what that looks like. How do you know he's warm? So that how do you know question is a particularly valuable one. So if your stakeholders are struggling to get to a real behavior, one of the things that you can do is get them to think about real exemplars, both the positive exemplar, somebody who does this a lot, and the negative exemplar, somebody who doesn't sort of embody this characteristic or personality trait or cognition or emotion, and then zone in on those pieces, to sort of say, okay, is that what you meant? Is what you meant, hey, he puts people forward in meetings? Because that's a specific behavior. That's something we can deal with.